Okay, here we go again. So I got this jaw set for the stretcher installed and working. The seems to work pretty good. Dad's kind of busy right at the moment, so I will you know, when he can film or whatever, then I'll show you guys how it works for the guys that don't know. But in the meantime, I will show you one piece that we made already. So there's the one piece we made so far. This is for the window. This is where the stretcher stretches this edge here, which makes it longer, obviously, and curves it. So that will be the corner of the window here, and I'll just stick it up against this window for now. Hang on a sec. So there's how it fits around the window there. I just have to trim the length. It's too long, so I have to trim the length, put a 45 on that end, miter cut on that end, and same thing here, and then I can install it in the window. Anyways, I'll show you guys that thing in operation here when Dad has a little bit of time. In the meantime, I'm working on the lower seal on this slide out today. I'm going to try and get that finished up and get the bottom skin on it, and then I'll move over to the one on this side. So that's what I'm up to today. I've been looking at this slide out here during the week, and in my last video I was saying how it looked like it sticks out a long ways. I mean, it's 3 feet, so it's certainly not unheard of, but I kind of been looking at it. I think it'll kind of, when I put up the windows in the ends here, I think that'll kind of break it up, make it look like it doesn't stick out so far. Anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, this might be a bit of a pain to see, but I've got the straight pieces on this lower seal surface done. So now I'm going to go and bend up the pieces to go from here to here. Same thing at the other end, into this shape here. So I'm going to go bend the pieces of material, and then Dad's going to film it, and I'll demonstrate the shrinker stretcher, because I have to use that to make these pieces. So in a few minutes I will bend it all up and I'm going to get Dad to video it. Okay, so I got one of these things made up. It's all ready to trim to length. I trim both ends and then rivet it into place. What the heck's going on with this thing? Camera's acting up, so anyways, so I got one of these made, and just going to trim it to length here now. Dad's still been too busy this afternoon to give me a hand to do any recording, so I'll maybe on the next one I will get him to record that. But anyways, it's this is my second attempt. The first one I screwed up, but I haven't used this thing for a while, so it takes a little bit of a while to kind of get back into the hang of it. But anyhow, that one worked out okay. I'll just fit it there now. Alright, so we're going to bend this piece of angle here. So Dad's going to video for us, and I'll start bending. So I've marked center, and these marks here. I don't want to bend any of this at all, Just going to bend from here over both ways. So I'll start here. The trick with these things is just to not get carried away, a little bit at a time. It's easier to go back and bend it some more than to take too much bend out of it. You end up work hardening this stuff and then it wants to crack. So a little bit at a time. Looks like the jaws are loose, so I'll have to tighten those up. And we'll go check it against our pattern. Watch the, there we go. Pattern's over here. So this one here, I got to bend a little more on this side. Fingers out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get your fingers stuck in there. Alright, let's go check it again. There we go. So this one here, I'm going to have to start bending back a little farther here. Pause it for a minute, just hit the pause. Okay, so yeah, I went and did it already, bent it too much here, so I'm gonna have to straighten it out, pull it back a little bit. So we'll go around to the shrinker on the other side. Okay, it's recording. Okay, so something happened. We had technical difficulties here, high-speed wobble. He quit recording partway through. So anyways, we got her straightened out, and this is looking pretty good here. Just have to, you know, continue bending here on both sides, and but you get the idea of how it works. So we'll I won't film all this. It's going to be a 20-minute process, so we'll just take little bits here and there. There we go. Yeah, so that was what do you think, 10 minutes, something like that? So we got one side all the way. And so now we'll just continue on with the other side, and we'll take a little shot of it once we're done. This is all done, I got to kind of go up into the bus and fine tune a couple of these bends, but it's pretty close. Anyways, okay, we'll continue on. Stitch them all together anyway. So okay, so we got it pretty close there now. I'll go up into the bus and just finish it off a little bit. Went and stretched it just a tiny little bit too much or too fast. Got a crack right here, but this is just gonna have this is just the where it's riveted down to the bus, so that's not going to be a big deal. But yeah, so that's how pretty much how that thing works. We'll just go do a final fit. You know, what do you want to call it? Just the last little bit up in the bus, and it should be good. All right. Okay, it might be a little too dark to see in here very well, but there's those pieces all installed. So that's the sealing surface along the bottom of this slide out. One there, and the other one's there. It's about as far as I can go tonight, because I gotta let this everything cure, all the sealant cure and everything. So tomorrow night when I get home from work, I'll put the seal on there, and that does the outer seal. Still got to do the same thing on the inner, because when this edge here, when the slide out goes out, it has to contact this bulb here on this seal. So I got to do the same thing all along the inside of this slide out yet. Hopefully that will be easier. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. We'll see. More later. I'll leave this slide in for the night, so I thought I'd just show you what that seal, I got a little sample of seal here in there, and it's just compressing it just nice, so it should work really well. Even if I do say so myself. Alright, so I got the seal in on the bottom there last weekend. Managed to get absolutely nothing done during the week because I'm a lazy bastard. So the seal's all in, so now, and it contacts good, seals up nice and everything when it's in. Now I'm just working on the outside edge here, or the, I guess you could call it the inside edge, actually. And in here, oh geez. So what I got to do is cut the bottom little bit of this material here out to allow, because I have to do the same thing there as I did there. I got to make it match here, so I have to make another pair of those curved pieces that I made last weekend, and they'll come out like this on this edge. So that's what I'm working around right now. And then that'll have the sealing inside and out, like whether the slide out's in or out, once that's in there. So then what I want to do, even though it's in the shop here, I think I'm going to run a garden hose in here, and I'm just going to spray it down and check for leaks. It's warm enough here that the water will just evaporate, so I'll run the slide in all the way, you know, wet it down with a spray nozzle and see if I can find any leaks. And then I'll run it out and do the same thing, just wet it down and see if I can find any leaks, and then I can fix them. And then once this one's done, then I'll move on to the one on the other side here. It's a long weekend this weekend, and you know, middle of May, and my goal was to have all these done by the end of the month, so I'm gonna have to hustle to get that done, but boogity boogity. Alright, so I got the aluminum. You talking to yourself again? Yep. How come? I don't know. I got the aluminum seal surface all in there now. So now I'm going to start. That was, let's see. How long was that? Just about 7 hours. Put two little pieces in there. Anyways, now I'm going to start doing the skin on the bottom there. So there's the floor skin. Just an initial test fit. I took all the measurements off of it and cut it over on the bench, and we just slipped it in there. Now I have to I'll mark it and trim it for final fit. So I'm going to trim this a little bit here and trim a little bit off of here as well, and back in the corners over there, the whole thing's got to slide this way just a little bit. So, but it's hitting the. I left it long intentionally it's hitting the where the seal mount is, or seal surface is here, so I'm going to just trim that back a little bit, slide it over this way a little more, trim whatever needs to be, and then pop it back in there. So yeah, that's what I'm at now. Okay, so we got the aluminum floor in now, and all sealed up and riveted in. I'm just in the process now of got to do the inner seal, so I have to the same angle or piece that I use on the outside I have to put on here, so it seals up against this bulb here. The bottom there is done, but I have the two sides and across the top to do. And I have the angle, or I've got to make up little pieces, a little angle here for the cap on the corners, in all four corners, so two bottom here, and same thing up top. And that's what it looks like from the bottom side here. I'll go along and put more rivets in there. I've only got I don't know, half a dozen rivets or so in there so far, but I'll go along and rivet it up probably every 6 inches or so. That's what I did on the top. I'll do that all the way around here. Same thing. I've only got 3 rivets or 4 rivets on this outer edge here, so I got to go along and put a rivet every, I don't know, 6 inches or something like that. So that's my next project. More later. All right, well, pretty much got all the trim around, or the surface, seal surface around the perimeter on the inside here now. Well, it is all around. But I still have I got the floor in today. It's all sealed in and riveted, as you had kind of seen in the last little segment, or one of the other ones anyways. They all kind of run together for me. So I still have the little pieces, the little angle pieces to go here. I'll do them tomorrow night. I'm going to try and get a little bit more done during the week. This has been a long, drawn out process. This has way more time in putting these slide outs together than I had anticipated, which is usually what happens. But anyways, this one's just about done. But you know, I've been working on this slide for, well, I guess not quite a month, but pretty darn close. I think my goal of having them done by the end of May is pretty much shot. I might have 2 of them done by the end of May. You know, I might be able to have the one on the other side here done by then, but I'm not going to have all of them done. But anyways, it is what it is, and it just takes time. It's a lot of finicky little stuff that takes time to do, and you can't rush it. And you know, if it's going to work, it's got to be done right. So anyways, that's where we're at. But I'll call it for this this video, because it's probably getting pretty long by the time I stick them all together. But anyways, in the next few days here, I'm going to cut a piece of plywood and set it in there and just drop it in place. Then I can use it for a floor at least, and then when I go to insulate it, I'll just pull it back out again. But anyways, it's coming along, slow but sure. It's just a matter of powering through some of this stuff. I did get a lot of, you know, stuff figured out as how to do it on this one. This is the first one, so hopefully the other ones will go a little quicker. But it's just, you got to put the time in. Anyways, later.